afternoon. I'm excited. I'm just giving a quick, advance warning as we get ready for the first podcast that we're going to have for this Black History Month. And this theme is called "The Black Veteran, Their Family, and Mental Wealth." So I'm mental wellness. So I really want to encourage you guys who haven't signed up. And you know what? I got a surprise for you at the end of this video when we get finished. But I still, like I said, tonight at 7:30, we're going to have 3 combat veterans, female combat veterans, Black female combat veterans who served in the military, served in the Army, saw combat, and then decided to change into the mental health profession. But before I go further with these courageous ladies, I do want to sit there and highlight my sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, sharing is caring. And I tell you something, with this Black history and all this racial tying going on, all this racial strife, every day I look in the paper, there's something about racism. It's just maddening, it's mind-numbing. And so that's why I started to have this program for this whole month, because I felt like you have to have empathy, and to get empathy, you have to have understanding. So this whole month is about understanding the Black veteran, Black veteran, understanding yourself. But before that, I want to sit there and give kudos to those who share. I want to give kudos to Operation PAR, Belisha Adams from Paint 22, Diana Danis, a strong woman veteran advocate, the AUSA Suncoast chapter, Beyond the Matters Counseling Service, Stacy Ward, a proud supporter of Veterans Council of Veterans, Suzanne Rancourt, also a veteran, and Condola Crowley. So please, thank you for sharing. Because you know what is kind of disappointing is that I don't think I've seen any veteran organizations share this, and that's part of the problem. It's like, oh, that's not our thing, that's their thing. So let them do it, right? But no, this particular event we're doing for the next whole month, and also after that, we're gonna have Hispanic Heritage Month. We're gonna have the LGBTQ community. We all need to be involved in this, and I really should be seeing all those veteran organizations out there that say they support veterans share it, because sharing is caring. And it really shows that you're really serious. Because you know what, Veterans Council veterans, we're not into the walking, right? We're not into the talking, right? So that's what's important. We're not into the talking, we're into the walking. And I expect the rest of you guys out there. This is called setting the example. Setting the example. And that's what we all out there who are veterans need to start setting the example for the people out there who don't know what it really means to work with a many multicultural people out there in your unit and stuff. So again, shame on you. I expect to see more sharing if you really care about the veteran organization. But enough of that. Now let's talk about who we're going to see. I want you to get a chance to know some of these ladies that are going to be here on tonight. So one of ours is going to be Kim Mark. Kim Mark is a retired Army veteran, combat veteran, and she's got a lot to say. So you need to stay tuned as we listen to Kim, because this conversation is going to be authentic, but it's going to be constructive. We're not going to sit there and try to blame people and point people and talk this generalization like white people or black people. No, we ain't playing that. Why? Because as veterans, we have already lived that. We know the real deal, and I want to make sure you get that. So Kim, thank you for being another one I want to sit there and introduce is Lakeisha Jones. Lakeisha Jones, an Army veteran, a pastor, just a giver, but she spent time in combat veteran as well. I want you guys to get to know Lakeisha as well. And finally, last but not least, we're going to have Condola. Condola's retired Army veteran, but a social worker as well. And so I just want to make sure you guys understood what we were going through as well. So this is not it. Even though we sit there and talk about this Black History Month, this is just the first night of many. This is going to be the first night of. We have 5 more episodes that you guys need to tune in if you really want to know what's going on. Another one I'm very interested about here is, and we'll introduce some more personally tomorrow. We got the Black women veterans and military sexual trauma. Is their experience different? Very good chance it is. We want to know what their experiences are. We want to hear from them, because oftentimes our voices get drowned out from the majority. So this is an opportunity for us to sit there and ask some tough questions and really find out what's really going on when it comes to military sexual trauma in the military. In this case here, Tiffany Davis, retired Army veteran, and we also got Lakeisha Houston, who's not retired. She's in the Air Force, but she'll be retiring pretty soon. We're going to hear from their mouths what their experience was like when they were in the military, and they had to sit there and experience military trauma from beginning to end. What oftentimes with women of color, actually, even if you're a woman specifically, but when you're a woman of color, you have to really convince people that you're telling the truth, and that's what they have to go through when you're military veterans. You have to convince people that you're telling the truth. And sometimes your color can make it even less convincing. So we're going to talk to them, and ask them, how did it happen? And then we're going to see what the veteran administrations is doing, because oftentimes it don't stop there. So you go through this assault, you go through trying to convince your command, you go through get your disability, then you got to prove to the VA that you're also legitimate, and then you got to try to find somebody who looks like you, because we all know preference, right? Some of us have preference. If you're a lot of the female military sexual trauma survivors prefer a female as a counselor. Well, you know what? It goes even deeper than that. A lot of these women of color who suffer from military sexual trauma would like to have an African American female counselor counseling as well. Now, veterans counsel veterans. We have a whole host of veterans who are in our sphere, and over 530 veterans are in our network. And so we're going to find somebody that's going to and then not to be outdone, we're going to have the Black male combat veterans next Monday. Again, same thing. What these guys, from Robert, and I'll introduce you guys more personally as we get closer to the date. But Robert and Ulysses, retired Army combat veterans, want to hear what they've seen, want to hear what they know, want to know what their experience is, want to know exactly what's going on from their mouths. This is all about Black History Month. Black History Month, for me, is not a one-off. We got more. I mean, we got stuff going on throughout the whole month. I want you to know that. So don't just register now and say, oh, I'm finished. You ain't finished. You ain't finished at all. If you want to learn, it's the place to be for Veterans Council. We're going to have another, I think is very important. We're going to talk about the families, because the military is a lot more, have more married now than back in the day. I mean, we're almost 80% military in one form or the other, being married, divorced, single parent, whatever. And no one ever talks about the family. How does the family deal with this when a veteran has suffers from a mental disorder, whatever, be it PTSD, be it military sexual trauma, be it depression, whatever? Well, how does the family go experience? Well, you're going to find out on the 11th of February on what we do and recommendations we have when it comes to dealing with family members who are having a loved one that suffered from mental illness. And I can tell you, there's already been a reluctance when it comes to Black community when it comes to seeking out help with mental health. Right? That's not really something we do. So we normally go to our friends, like girlfriends, or we know, or boyfriends or whatever, or we'll go to the church, whatever. We're not really as accepting and receptive of going to counseling, and we want to try to change that paradigm. We want to encourage the Black family to seek out mental health. You've earned it. You need to take care of it. Because I tell you something, by you taking care of this, you're really taking care of your family. So definitely be there on 11th of February on that. After that, we also have on 18th of February, we're going to do research. What kind of Black veteran research is out there that can tell us what the differences are, if there's any. Finally, and you'll hear more about this, I'm excited about the town hall. Sound off! We want people out there, the Black veterans out there and their families, to sound off and tell us what are you thinking. What's going on in your mind? What did you think when you saw the riot in the Capitol? Was it normal for you? What did you think when you saw George Floyd get stepped on? What did you think about the black movement, the Black Lives Matter movement? Was that something you agreed with? What do you think about when you now have a Black Secretary of Defense? There's that thing. Are you surprised that there was 20% of the veterans at the Capitol were veterans? Were you surprised about that? And does that really matter? Do you have a different perspective? We got to sit there and balance it out. I really believe in balancing out the conversation. So anyway, you guys got a real rundown of how we're going to sit there and we're going to observe. So this is not a one-off, right? It's not a check the block, because I guarantee you a lot of organizations out there check the block, right? Oh, Black History Month, let's find the nearest Black guy. Hey, you do something for this month for Black people. That's it. No, that's not going to happen here. You're going to come here to learn and understand, and it's going to be constructive. Guarantee you, if you come to any of these events, it's about construction. It's not about destruction. I'm not to sit there and criticize. We're gonna be listening. We all need to talk. The first step of getting to understanding is learning and listening. So anyway, just wanted to come on board, let you guys know what's going on. I see you guys who registered at 7:30 Eastern time on the Facebook Live. Oh, I did say I had a surprise for you, right? Let me tell you the surprise. I decided, because I want as many people as possible to see this event. I think it's important that it's see this event. So this is also going to be broadcast on Facebook Live. Facebook Live, y'all. So if some of you guys who can't make it because of whatever's going on, you couldn't register for that, if you want to top in, come on in. We'll be on Facebook Live underneath my business page, Veterans Counseling Veterans business page. You sign there, you like that, and you'll be able to see the broadcast on Facebook Live. So anyway, just want to give you a shout out. See you guys tonight at 7:30 and Facebook Live, and then we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. Okay. So this is Tony Williams from Veterans Council of Veterans celebrating Black History Month. The theme: Black veteran family, the Black veteran, their families, and mental wellness for the whole month of February.